Give it up for Mac.
Thank you. All right, thank you very much. I'm here to take you on a whirlwind tour of InStockRx and the problems that we're solving in the $500 billion pharmaceutical supply chain. I'm Mac, I'm the CEO and co-founder here at InStockRx. And let me start with the problem. The problem is that product search in the prescription drug industry is totally broken. Right? If you do a search for a wrench, you find it immediately. If I do a search for Eliquis, I get tequila. Now, that's not the worst thing in the world, but that's also about the best case scenario, right? So this is a problem for many constituents in the industry. It's a problem for patients, right? I tried to get amoxicillin for my 4-year-old, pharmacy was out. I said, I can't go home with that message, right? And they said, well, call around, because that's what we would do, right? And that's a totally crazy way to run a railroad in 2024. It's a problem for physicians who don't know when they send the script, is the pharmacy going to have it? It's a problem for pharma, where they have very little visibility into the supply chain downstream of them. And it's a problem for pharmacists. And it's the pharmacists that I want to focus on initially today. We're building products for all 4 of these constituencies, but the first one is for pharmacists. Now, pharmacists, it may surprise you to learn, actually trade surplus inventory with each other all the time. We think last year, just independent pharmacists probably traded between $2 and $4 billion of surplus inventory with each other on WhatsApp, right? Which is also kind of a crazy way to run a railroad, particularly for prescription medications, right? So we're building, on top of our search engine, a marketplace for pharmacies to buy and sell medications with each other. And this allows them to do this in a compliant way, and we're building in inventory analytics, so our pharmacies provide us with information about what's in their store. We then do analytics, and we know what's in surplus. That gets fed into the index for our search engine, so then other pharmacies can search, find, and transact. Coming soon, we'll launch our patient-facing search engine as well. I'll come back to that in just a minute. So you might ask, like, why now? Why not stay with WhatsApp or faxes or telephone calls, which is what they're doing? There's a bunch of different reasons for that, but let me highlight 2. So one is, there's new regulations under the Drug Supply Chain Security Act, which are actually phasing in just this month, where the FDA mandates track and trace of meds as they move through the supply chain. You might think this should have been the case for many years. It hasn't been. We're really leaning into this regulatory environment, and thanks to a partnership with GX1, which we forged through 1871, thank you, Bob, we're now a GS1 solutions partner, and we're providing the same DSCSA metadata that other, the big 3 wholesalers do, for example. The other is, pharmacies are under pressure. You may have seen pharmacies have been closing. There's a bunch of different reasons for that. The main one, though, is we're all trying to drive the cost of prescription drugs down, right? And for pharmacies, their 2 big costs are headcount, which they can't do that much about, and inventory. So if they can turn problem inventory into cash flow, that's a huge win for them. It's something that we can help them do. So our market opportunity is huge, right? The market opportunity for prescription drugs in general is large, but in terms of what the value we can drive, it's very large. And we think about this in kind of 3 different segments. We're starting with the independent pharmacies. We know them well. But we're already starting to move up market into the second of our 3 tiers here, which is kind of the mid-market chains. And even the very big pharmacy chains, CVS and Walgreens, have problems with surplus inventory. They throw out shopping carts full of inventory every day. So we have built this platform. It's live thanks to our partnership with Microsoft and the Microsoft for Startups program. We have a wonderful platform that's live today on Azure. And launching before the end of the year will be our patient-facing search, so that patients like myself and my daughter can find the meds that they need as well. So how do we make money, right? We make money, we pull in inventory data into our platform that populates our marketplace, where we charge a 10% transaction fee. We also provide upgraded analytics to pharmacies that want to upgrade to our premium subscription, where we charge $99 per month per store. And Rx Search, the patient-facing and soon physician and pharma-facing side, is an area where we can charge search ads and search fees. So life comes at you fast, so this is already a little bit out of date. We're closing in on 200 pharmacies now. closing in on 65,000 meds on the platform, which makes us already by far the largest prescription drug search engine going, by far. We've got 10,000 pharmacies in our pipeline because we're working with a lot of great partners. These include group purchasing organizations in the field, other software providers, and we're seeing some good virality. We've got a great team, people who've built and run pharmacies, sold to pharmacies, who've built companies. We're raising a pre-seed round, and we hope if I've interested you in the story, you'd be interested to come and talk with us about it. Thank you very much.
Any questions? I think we have time for one, maybe two.
With the scale and traction already, what are your plans for the pre-seed round? What are your needs?
So far, I think I've spent a total of $5,500 on sales and marketing, and I'd like to be able to expand that and understand with better granularity than I've been able to so far what our metrics are by channel. Those are the key uses of the pre-seed round.
What over here? Real quick.
Hi, thank you for your presentation. Do you coordinate the distribution between the pharmacies?
We do. So pharmacies will print shipping labels through us. Typically, these are fulfilled through UPS, FedEx, USPS. Sometimes they'll use courier services, which we also facilitate.
Another round of applause.